This is the Lumary B1 Smart Ceiling Fan, a 20-inch low-profile fan that has RGB lighting built in. Besides adding color and light to your room, it's great for circulating air to help keep you cool. It's easy to install, and in this video I'll show you everything you need to know step by step. This is a lightweight ceiling fan weighing at about 7 pounds, which means there's no need to install a heavy-duty junction box in the ceiling. So let's get this out of the box for a closer look. It's got a really modern design that doesn't look like your typical ceiling fan. It's also low profile, so it sits close to the ceiling. The fan blades are made of clear plastic, so it won't interfere with any of the lighting. And while it can be operated from a smartphone, it also comes with a handy remote that runs on 2 AAA batteries, which are not included. The B1 fan has 2 rings of lights, and you'll see them in action once I get this installed. But let's get this ready for installation. First, there are 2 screws in the base that need to be loosened, and 2 that need to come out. Then, I'll need to detach the black mounting plate. Inside, there are 2 main wires that need to be connected, and they're clearly marked so you'll know which is the line and which is neutral. Then, on the mounting plate is where you'll find the ground wire. So before starting, I'll turn off power to the room. At this point, I can go ahead and remove the existing ceiling light. First, I'll unscrew the retaining nut on the bottom, and then remove the light cover. Next, I'll need to unscrew the bulbs. At this point, I'll locate the main screws holding the fixture to the junction box. These 2 Phillips screws just need to be loosened a bit. Now I'll rotate the fixture slightly to remove it. Sometimes this comes out really easy, but today I seem to be having a little bit of difficulty slipping it off. But eventually I know this is going to come off. Now I'm going to extend the wires out a bit from the ceiling. And even though I turn off power to the room, I'm going to test the wires with my voltage detector just to be safe. No beeps means there's no current going through here. I'll just undo the wire nuts and completely disconnect the light. Now I need to take the remaining screws out of the junction box. For the next step, I'll need the mounting bracket. Here, find the included washers and add one to each screw. Now, feed the wires from the ceiling into the center opening of the plate. Then I'll finger tighten the screws just enough so they'll hold in place. At this point, I can use a drill or screwdriver to secure the mounting plate to the junction box. I hope you can see that this installation has been pretty easy so far. Now I can start on the fan itself. Inside the hub, locate the safety chain, which has a little clip on the end. I'm going to use it to hang the fan so I can free up my hands when I do the wiring. At this point, grab 3 wire nuts. And hooking this up is going to be really easy. The black wire goes to black, the white neutral goes to the white, and the uninsulated copper wire goes to green. It's a very simple 3-wire installation. Now I'm going to gather all the wires into the hub as I lift the fan up. Then I'll just twist it over the 2 screws on the mounting plate. The last thing to do is tighten everything up. Just remember there should be a total of 4 screws when securing the fan to the ceiling. And now I can turn the power back on. When I first turn on the switch, the fan's lights should start pulsing. This means it's in connection mode. And at this point I can start to pair it with my phone. I've already downloaded and installed the Lumary app. To start the connection process, I'll tap on the plus button at the top right. Then tap Add Device. Once the fan is detected, I can tap the Add button. Here I'll just confirm my Wi-Fi login information and then I can tap the Next button. It might take a few seconds, but shortly the fan will be linked to my phone. And now with the Lumary app, I can control things like the color temperature, dimming light level, or even selecting different RGB colors. I can even start and stop the fan from my phone. Here you can see that the lower light ring is used for the main room lighting, and the top ring is where the RGB colors are displayed. The Lumary B1 has what they call RGB AI, which basically allows each LED lamp to be addressable. That way, more types of effects can be achieved. And speaking of effects, there are a bunch of cool preset modes available from the app. There's also a music function to sync the lighting to any audio that's playing on my phone. And of course, I have full fan control too. But one thing I do recommend turning off is the notification beep. Mainly because it's kind of annoying whenever I make adjustments to the fan. And now I have some troubleshooting tips to show you. If the remote becomes unresponsive, it may need to be reset. To do that, turn off the fan from the switch for 5 to 10 seconds. Then turn it back on. Now press and hold the power button on the remote until the fan blinks 3 times. At this point, the remote is reconnected to the fan. On the other hand, if the fan won't connect to your phone, here's how to manually set the B1 to Wi-Fi pairing mode. Starting with the light switch in the off position, cycle the power to on-off, on-off, on. Once that's done, the main light on the fan should start pulsing, which indicates it's ready to connect to your phone. Also, I forgot to mention, but the Lumary B1 only works on 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi networks. I think the Lumary B1 fan with its low-profile design looks great in any room. All its features, including a timer and music sync, can be controlled on a smartphone. It can also be set up for voice control through Alexa and Google Assistant. And lastly, there's a nightlight feature which illuminates light from the ring on top. I really like this feature because it provides a soft, warm light that isn't too bright. The Lumary B1 smart fan has been a nice addition to this upstairs room. On warm days it gets pretty hot in here, but the fan definitely helps keep me cooler. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on all my weekly videos.